Yo, what's up? Welcome to Insidious. It is episode number 40. And this week we changed up the show. As you remember last time we were here, we talked about how we were going to split the show up into a couple of different shows. Well, the MMA show already started. That's on the site, megascorcher.com. And that's where you can also go check out all the MP3s regarding Insidious. And now from here on out, it will also include the VODs. So, yay. I'm Matt, the host, and with me I have Adam Steiner.
Hey!
Hello.
I can actually see me now. This
oh my god.
Fucked up.
I just dropped my PS3 controller.
At least it wasn't the system itself.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it would break?
What one? Is it the slim or is it the big one?
No, the big one.
No, probably not.
Okay.
The disc reader might get fucked up, but the system itself wouldn't break. If it was the super slim, I think that thing would smash to 1,000 pieces.
Well, the cover would definitely come off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, it's Monday nights.
Yes, it is.
I had a shit-tastic day, but it has gotten better since we started this shit.
Oh, well, hey. We might not do it on Mondays anymore.
That might work well with me, too.
Yeah. I don't know what the date will be. Maybe Friday nights again. I'm thinking maybe Saturday morning. What do you think about that?
Depending on how early you're thinking of doing it.
Well, like noon, so it's morning for you.
So 10 a.m. I should be up by 10 a.m.
Or maybe 1 p.m. for me, around that time.
Yeah, just as long as it's not like 10 for you, because, well, fuck that shit.
No, I think that doing it at 1 p.m. would be all right, because then if you're in Japan listening to this, it'll only be 1 a.m. Then you can kind of listen. You don't have to wake up at the wee hours of the morning. Or if you're in Europe, you can also listen to it because it's not fucking 5 a.m. So yeah, I don't know when.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know what's gonna happen really, but probably not gonna do it on Mondays because that's kind of the worst day now. We moved it to Mondays because there was a lot of stuff on Friday and stuff before, and we want to be closer. But
I got scheduling conflicts as well because the Fun Day Mondays are on Monday.
Got to get some of that day 9, huh?
The day.
The day. Oh, you're on first name terms now, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about television.
Let's.
So I want to just bring up Tuesdays really quick because Tuesdays there's literally nothing on. So if anybody out there listening wants to call in on Skype and tell me what's on Tuesdays, because really I don't know what's on Tuesdays. What is there? I don't know. I tried to look and there's literally nothing. I can find Tosh.0, which that's okay. It's videos from the internet. You're like, woo, it's kind of funny. But that's not really a show. That's like a distraction, which I like it. It's fun. I really do like Tosh.0. It's better than the other let's watch internet video shows out there. Like Web Soup, not so good. Ridiculousness, not so good either. So if you want to call in via Skype, let me know what's on Tuesdays, because literally there's nothing. Although, let's talk about Thursdays, because on Thursdays, it's crazy the amount of television there is. I'm just going to bring up the shows, and then I'll talk about them for a little bit. Person of Interest started, the second season.
Oh, shit.
Big Bang is on Thursdays. 2.5 Men is on Thursdays. The Office is on Thursdays. Last Resort is on Thursdays. I don't watch this, but Glee is on Thursdays. So, like, there's everything is on Thursdays.
Okay. Office and Person of Interest are the only two there to ever think of watching. And I don't know if I would actually watch The Office anymore because I'm pretty sure that's going downhill fast.
You'd be surprised. It's actually kind of okay still. Trust me. I was in your boat. I was like, oh god, Steve Carell's gone. This show's gonna suffer terribly. But it's not that bad. My two favorite characters have always been Jim and Dwight, and they're still Jim and Dwight.
Yeah, so, obviously. Yeah. Oh, Big Tuna. You gotta love Big Tuna.
And he's still there, whatever his Andy.
Andy.
Mm-hmm. And he's the boss now. That last season was weird because he was the boss, and then this European lady was the boss, which I'm forgetting her name, and now he's the boss again.
I haven't watched it in pretty much. I think the season before Steve Carell left, so his last season, I didn't watch that and on.
Yeah, it's still The Office. It hasn't changed that much. And it's the same with 2.5 Men. A lot of people were scared that it would suck without Charlie Sheen, but I actually think it's
Winning?
better. I actually think it's better. The season
It
debut,
probably would be.
dude. The season debut was freaking amazing. They had oh man, why am I forgetting his name? Michael Bolton was on the episode. Michael Bolton. So he tried to propose to his girlfriend. She said no, and then Michael Bolton went into music. He went into singing some more after she said no, which was hilarious. Yeah. That entire episode was freaking hilarious. So
that actually sounds pretty funny.
It was, I don't know. The thing about Two and a Half Men that I like is that they don't really bullshit. It's joke after joke, and Big Bang Theory plays right before, which is what I loved about that show before too. But now it seems like it's up its own ass. Big Bang Theory.
I thought it always was.
No, not really.
Because I've watched, I think it was part of the second season, and I did not find that very funny. Like the two friends aren't too bad, but the main guy.
Oh yeah, the guy from Roseanne, whatever his name is in the show.
Well, yeah, I just don't find him funny.
No, me neither. He's a creeper.
And then the other guy is just absolutely fucking annoying.
Oh, Sheldon.
The super nerd, yeah.
Oh, Sheldon's awesome. It just I
understand what he's doing and how he's doing it or whatever, but
it did get old.
I just find it irritating.
It did get old, definitely.
And then whenever they bring in Wes Crusher, it's kind of funny, but
it's bad.
It got old pretty quick for me.
Last season, I was thinking about not watching it anymore, and I think this season might be the last one for me. I don't know. The guy's in space now, and the brown guy's the only one that's still funny in that entire show. So I don't know. And then Last Resort premiered. If you don't know what that is, it's the show with the submarine and the U.S., which is their own country, tries to take them down because they defy orders.
Now, is this an actual show or a miniseries?
It's a show. I think the season is like 22 episodes or something.
How the fuck is that going to work?
I don't know.
It's going to go from really bad to really badder very fast.
From watching the previews and stuff, I was like, this could be okay. And the first episode was actually pretty well done. So,
the premise is good for a mini-series, but how are you going to carry on a?
I know that's what I was wondering. Is like this seems like it would be a 3-episode thing, and then be like, yep, there you go, they took down the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like at first.
Or some big chief fucking brass is corrupt or something like that, and trying to fuck over people and take over the government.
So they got an order to shoot nukes at, was it Iran, I think, or Iraq, one of those two, and it came from an unsecure line. So they called not the president, but whoever a higher rank, and they're like, can I get a confirmation for this? And they're like, did you get an order? And then they're like, yeah. Are you trying to get out of it? They're like, no, I would just want to confirm. And they're like, okay. This guy is now in charge, and then they shot them with missiles. So they tried to fuck them up. And, now they're on an island, and they're just basically like, don't come and fuck with us, because if you do, we're going to shoot nukes at Washington. And that's how it ended. It seems okay. It seems, at first, It was kind of like Star Trek in the water. But now they're not really in the water anymore, so we'll see what happens.
Star Trek as in Next Generation or Deep Space Nine?
Any one of them, whatever.
There's a big difference between Next Gen
I know,
and
but,
Deep Space Nine.
But let's just say that they're there's the captain, and they're in the ship, and they're like, beam us down. No, it's not really like that, but do you know what I mean? It's just a group.
Like the actual overall layout of everything.
Mm-hmm,
you mean.
mm-hmm. The submarine is kind of like the spaceship in Star Trek.
Yeah. So they're going to go on bold new missions, seeking out new life and new civilizations.
Yes, in the water.
In the water.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they find Atlantis and they go off onto that.
Yep.
With 22 episodes, you got to have some filler episodes.
Talking about the U.S. though, have you watched Revolution at all?
I have. I've watched 2 episodes.
Okay, well that's all there is, so that's good. You're up to speed.
The 3rd episode's on right now, is it not?
In 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So the 2nd episode revealed a lot of stuff, actually. I was kind of surprised at how much stuff got revealed.
Revealed but didn't answer.
Yeah, sure. But we know that there's two factions now. There's the rebels and the main group, whatever they are, the Republic.
I would think there's three.
Who's the third? The people that don't care?
The people that actually have the computers, or those stupid things.
But I think that we'll find out that they're aligned with somebody else, like one of the two. I doubt that.
I think they're going to be aligned with both, and it's a third party out to do something altogether different.
Maybe.
But
I'm just curious what
again, though, it looks like there's different factions within that group itself, because she was going to get her head chopped off by the looks of it at the very end.
Mm-hmm. I doubt that's going to happen though, because they all have those necklaces. What do they mean? I don't know.
Well, power stuff somehow magically.
Well, what I'm assuming is that somebody shot like what's it called? Those things that take out electronics.
EMP?
Yes.
But an EMP does not sustain the blackout. It just wipes out electronic devices, so it would not kill an engine. From what they're saying, it actually kills an engine.
I know. And they were saying stuff like
not just the computer part of it, but it actually kills the engine.
I know, but they were saying stuff like the rifles don't work anymore too, but that guy had a sniper rifle that worked this episode.
No. But anything with electronics it would be anything with electronics. So carbines have actual chips in them to make sure that they fire at the proper rate to the proper whatever. It's not just mechanical.
So I guess snipers don't have any of that.
Pure 100% mechanical.
Okay. All right. It seemed like it was like only black powder would work now. Oh my god. That's what it seemed like the first episode set it up as.
That's pretty bullshit, because there'd be so many handguns. 80% handguns would probably work.
I know.
Like if you get an automatic handgun, it wouldn't work, obviously.
Yeah.
Most likely, but like a fucking
it's all mechanical. You pull a trigger, the thing goes bling, and then there you go.
Like revolvers would certainly work. There's hundreds of thousands of revolvers in the U.S. Mm-hmm. There's still enough to kill everyone.
So the one thing I did like about the second episode is that the girl seems like she's becoming less stupid and more like, I'm going to kill people and not care and do actual stuff instead of be like, no, don't kill that guy. Because she did that at the very beginning of the second episode, and it kind of fucked him over. That's what I didn't like about the first two episodes. It just seems like...
but she's still trying to indicate the difference between right and wrong in her own mind anyways, of like, well, these people are slavers. They're fucking have slaves fucking pulling this fucking thing. So she finds it in herself to be the lesser of two evils and kill the fucker at point blank range.
It just... With the first two episodes, I thought they'd go like the Walking Dead route, where stupid people are just the reason why stuff happens. And I hope that they don't rely on that too heavily.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I don't like a lot of shows, is because just stupid people like that don't survive. Mm-hmm. They are not going to survive the apocalypse, because they are the ones who are most likely going to cause the fucking apocalypse and then be in the middle of the riot that then gets themselves killed.
And it's still early on, so anything could happen, really.
Yes.
It's the same thing with Terra Nova. Like, the first episode was all stupid family drama, and I was like, okay, I'm going to stop watching this. But I gave it a chance, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
God, the first episode was bad.
Terra Nova had 2 or 3 good episodes, plus half the finale was good.
I would call them all good. They had a couple of great episodes, and that first episode was bad. The first episode was just bad.
Yeah. It had potential.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's shit like Heroes, which was, oh my god.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing it didn't get a second season. Maybe it's a good thing. Who knows? They might have fucked it all up.
It is possible.
So, Revolution, that's on Mondays. Check it out. It seems like it could be okay. What else? I'll talk about South Park for just a little bit. So, basically, it was a football episode. Seemed like they were maybe trying to reach for like that the refs suck deal in the NFL right now. That seemed like
there were scab referees.
Yes, and now they're back.
Yes, and they had a big celebration at one of the games. It was kind of sad.
I know, I saw it. It's like, yeah, we got the referees back. Woo!
But that referee was old, but still built like a fucking tank. Mm-hmm. I don't know who his name is. I'm sure someone who watches football would know, but that was freaky. He had like an old man face, but then his arms are like the size of fucking the football. It was so weird looking.
So yeah, football. Anyways, so this was a very heavy Stan's dad episode. So Randy was basically the main focus. The entire gist of the episode was that they were trying to make football less violent. So they took out kickoffs at the beginning of the game because the kids could get hurt. And he was like, maybe we should just all wear bras and wear tin hats and we'll just hug each other instead of tackling. And they took him seriously. And they called it sarcastable. And then it led to this whole sarcastic thing. And then he was being too sarcastic, so his brain got a tumor or something, or like a sarcastic tumor. It was pretty funny. It was an okay debut, so I hope that they can sustain the funniness that this episode had. It was
Now,
actually
I
kind of funny.
actually see that happening in real life, though,
Yeah.
to a point, because I don't know about Ontario, but there's a big discussion here in Alberta about contact in Pee Wee hockey, that they want to remove it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
sure
not heard
about that.
anything about that here.
No, okay.
I actually think they should
Or
let
no,
ladies hit each
it
other.
wasn't Pee Wee, but it was Bantam. I guess, yeah, minor Bantam is when you're supposed to start contact, and they want to turn it to what's after Bantam.
I don't remember.
I don't
It was
remember.
such
Yeah,
a long
whatever's
time.
after Bantam. So
Mhm.
you'd end up not being. You'd be like 15 by the time you're actually contact
Is
sport.
Pee Wee before Bantam?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's minor Adam, minor Pee Wee, Bantam, or minor Bantam, and then whatever's after Bantam. Really blanking on me.
I think it might just be junior.
No,
No?
not in Ontario, anyways.
Oh, okay.
There's a minor midget, but I think that's for 16, 17. So there's something for 14, 15.
Isn't that Bantam?
Maybe. I don't know. I would have to look it up.
Hockey terms.
Google. I'm going to
Mhm.
Google this.
So anyways, South Park was pretty good. They also tackled like parents talking to their kids about sex and stuff. So Butters, which is the blonde kid, I'm sure everybody knows who he is if you watch South Park. He was basically jizzing in his pants at nighttime. So and then his dad was just saying like it was like magical juice or whatever he was calling it. It's like it's from your insides. It's awesome. Instead of actually saying what it was. So he was like saying
There's truth to that.
Mhm. Well, he was saying like stuff that like it makes him good and stuff. So he kept all of them too in like vials. So like every time he jizzed in his pants, he just kept it. So Carmen wanted to be
Kinda
nice.
creepy.
Yeah. Well, Carmen wanted to be nice because Sarcastable was taken off and he wanted to play Sarcastable. So he basically drank his jizz. And then everybody was drinking his jizz because they made an energy drink out of his jizz. It's pretty
There
funny.
was that much.
Yes. His closet was full. Then he
That
had
kid got some juice.
and then he had a boner at the end of the episode, and then he's like, "Oh, that's just your friendship stick. It points to the person who's a friend." Like God. It was so stupid.
What?
It was so stupid. Yeah, South Park, typical South Park. All right. You should call in via Skype if you watch any television, Mega Scorcher TV. Let's go on to person of interest. There's some people out there that might be listening to the recording that goes like, this show's on the CBS, so it automatically sucks. And I kind of want to debunk that. If that's what's stopping you from watching the show...
AKA jest.
Yes. If that's what's stopping you from watching this show, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I'm sorry that you're living in a world that you can't do that. But this is like the polar opposite of typical CBS shit. This has nothing to do with anything else on CBS. There's no like typical cop drama shit in this. It's goddamn original. That's what I'm gonna say about it. And second season just started last Thursday. And it's pretty awesome. It seems like the machine that watches you is going to be more of a character this time. Because that's what the gist of the first episode was. Finch was learning the machine to do stuff like play blackjack. At one point they were playing blackjack and he won an ass load of money. And then at the end he just gave it away because it's for the greater good. I was just testing it. This is not for people to cheat at blackjack. But that was cool. And after that blackjack game, he was even saying, stay after the game. And he's like, oh, God, this is a bug. But then he said again, stay. And then he's like, whatever. And he kept walking, and then a car almost ran him over. So Then they went over some ground rules on how the machine couldn't just protect Finch because it's meant for everybody. So that's why when Finch got kidnapped in the last episode, that the machine didn't try to stop him from getting kidnapped, because that's not what the machine's programmed to do. The machine is programmed to get terrorism out and stuff like that. So that answered that part, and it had a lot of typical person of interest in there too. John Reese was trying to find him, and it led to another number, and he would try to help him. So it was a lot of the same stuff. And now he has a dog. There's going to be a dog in the show. So there you go. Person of interest is goddamn amazing. Seriously, if you like Batman Dark Knight, this is like Batman the TV show almost. And it's written by one of the brothers that wrote those Batman movies. So you should check it out if you haven't. 2.5 Men, I'm just going to touch on it a little bit because I already talked about it. Michael Bolton was on the episode. He was pretty much there the entire episode, and his part was pretty funny. And at one point, Ashton Kutcher's character, I always forget his name. They should have just called him Ashton, like Charlie Sheen. I don't know why they didn't go like that, but whatever. Walden is his character's name. He brought over a new girl because he was drunk at the bar, and he was trying to get over his ex-girlfriend that refused to marry him, and it came out that she's seeing somebody else as well, so that got him really sad. But when he tried to like kiss her and stuff, he would see the ex-girlfriend's face, and then at one point he saw his mother's face on her. It was pretty trippy the way that they did it. But yeah,
that's not cool.
He smoked a bunch of weed, which is why that happened.
Does weed actually do that to you?
No.
So that would be like mushrooms or something like that, would it not be?
Well, if you're extremely high, stuff like that could happen.
Well, if you were to eat it, I can see that maybe happening. Well, but if you smoke it, I don't think that happens.
He did eat some at the beginning of the episode. Berta, she smokes a lot, apparently. So yeah, and that's it for all the Thursday shows. Let's talk about Animation Domination, which was last night on Fox. I'm just going to talk about The Simpsons really quick. Zooey Deschanel was a voice of a character. If you remember Cletus, the slackjaw yokel. Bart was in love with one of his daughters one time, and this episode was basically about Bart finding out why girls don't like him and stuff, and why his relationships didn't last long. So he had to go find her in New York.
Because he's like 9 years old and has always been 9 years old.
But then they went to New York. So this episode was a lot of nostalgia, all of it, like the past girlfriends and stuff like that. If you watch The Simpsons before, you'll get a lot of the jokes that was in this episode. Like at one point they were like, "Hey Dad, we can go to New York now because your two worst buildings got obliterated." And I don't remember what they said, but it was like a baseball field and a basketball stadium. I don't remember what it was, but you know that's not what the joke was. So that was that, and then they went to New York, and the Claw Kavash guy or whatever, the guy who sold the meat on the stick, he was there. Yeah, so it was a lot of stuff like that. So if you've watched The Simpsons before, you'll probably laugh at this episode. So it was pretty good. The Simpsons, it's actually been improving. I haven't been watching it that much, but last season I watched it, and it was better than what it was when I left it so long ago. Definitely.
Yeah, I haven't watched an episode in quite some time.
There's way less singing and way less Homer crying now, which was my problem when I stopped watching, because that's all it was. A lot of singing and Homer crying all the time.
Singing?
Yes.
I hate when they break out and anything breaks out into show tunes or singing.
The Simpsons used to do it right before that whole thing.
Like on a Halloween special once a year, somewhat okay, fine, but
yeah, and
I just don't like musicals.
I'm surprised that The Simpsons actually started the season without a Treehouse of Horror, because that's usually how they start their seasons. It's late October, and they go, "Hey, it's the Halloween episode," and now regular season.
Sometimes they do, but yeah. They don't necessarily always start on the Treehouse, but yeah.
Yeah, usually they'll play an episode or two, and then they take a break, and then they come back with the Treehouse. But this season seems like it's just gonna go. Let's just do it. Family Guy played after. Oh, actually, Bob's Burger is between The Simpsons and Family Guy. I don't like that show, so sorry if you like it, but I'm not going to talk about it. Family Guy, basically, the whole episode was about this other family that Lois knows, and they're rich and successful and stuff. And they said, we're going to go climb Mount Everest. And then they were like, oh, yeah, we'll do it too. So the whole episode was climbing Mount Everest. It was pretty funny. At one point, Peter puked, and then it became a pukesicle right out of his mouth. And he asked Brian, hey, do you want a pukesicle? And he's like, yes. And then he started licking it. I thought that was pretty funny. And then after that, the other family's son, he got lost in the storm when they were going down the hill, and they ate him. Basically, they just like, we're going to die if we don't eat him. So they ate him.
Nice.
Yeah, and then after that, the family was trying to find him, and they were like, we didn't see him. And then he kept going. So when they got back to the bottom of the hill, they were like, oh, we should go help them. So they went to go help them. They found them in a big ass hole about to fall, and Peter saved them. And at the end, they were like, you're a good guy, Peter, saving us and all that. And then he was like, oh, by the way, I ate your kids. And then they left. And that's how the episode ended. It was a pretty good episode. I like when Family Guy doesn't go all referential on your ass and it's mostly about the story and stuff. That's when Family Guy is actually good. When it's like, hey, look, this joke, do you remember it? Pretty funny. When they do that too much, it's kind of hit or miss if you don't get it. And then American Dad, that's still my favorite animation domination show on Fox. This episode was pretty awesome. Roger basically had a bar in the attic and nobody was coming. He was trying to find a way to get people to come, and he heard Haley singing, and he was like, oh, she sings pretty well. So he got her to sing in the bar, and a lot of people were coming, but it came with the side effect that he kind of fell in love with her. So that was the gist of the episode. He went all crazy on her in love, and at one point he was going to skin her alive so that they could be closer together and stuff. But then her husband showed up, and instead of skinning her, he skinned him, trying to be him. But that didn't really work out. And at one point, he's like, you can have your skin back. And you see him, he's like in a tub, and all you see is a hand coming up with the thumbs up. I'm like, yeah, I can get my skin back. It was pretty funny.
I think he'd be kind of dead, but hey.
And then Stan was trying to sell his old SUV so he could get, I think they were calling it a cock muncher or something like that, COK. It was like carbon, oxygen, and potassium. And, trying to go green and stuff. So he tried to sell his SUV. He wanted $15,000 for it for trade-in value. The guy was like, no way, it's only worth $10,000. That's the maximum I'm going to give you. And he's like, no, I'm going to sell it myself. So at one point, he was trying to sell it in his front yard, and he had like a lion in a cage and a hot lady trying to sell it. And then he released the lion. He's like, it's like releasing the lion or whatever. I don't remember what he exactly said. Some saying. And then basically the lion tried to get the girl, and then she ran around, and everybody was like, hey, 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 while he was doing the auction. And he thought that they were just like trying to buy it, so he didn't really pay attention to it. So what happened is the girl got in the SUV, sped off. The lion also got in the SUV. She hit a tree. It exploded. The lady came out of the car on fire, and then so did the lion. The lion bit the lady, and then they both burnt to death. It was ridiculous. Nice. American Dad is very, very silly. It's not for kids. Out of all the shows that I would not recommend to children, American Dad's probably the one. It gets pretty crazy sometimes.
I would.
Sure.
It's good life lessons.
Yes. Don't crash in a vehicle with a lion and then burn. Yeah. Don't do that,
Same
children.
Thing in, what was it? Fuck me.
Something.
I look like a moron right
Something.
now. The Hangover.
Oh,
that was a
sure.
tiger opposed to a lion. But
life lesson. Don't
it is
do
a
that.
life lesson. Don't get drunk and go to Mike Tyson's place and steal his fucking tiger, or you get knocked the fuck out.
And don't put your buddy on top of the roof of the hotel. Don't do that.
No, do that.
That's
one.
bad.
You do that.
Well, okay.
Try to remember.
Yeah,
you did
do it and then don't get super drunk after.
Yeah.
All right.
But again, don't go with Wolfpack and Mickey them all. That might be a good idea too.
Don't marry a hooker either. Don't do that.
She was hot though.
She used to be hotter though. Just saying.
But she still ain't bad looking for a white girl.
I know. Hey, I actually like her, which I'm forgetting her name now. But yes, she was in Austin Powers.
Austin Powers too.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's how I remember her from.
All right. How I Met Your Mother. I've actually stopped watching this show a while back because I was just like, oh, they should just tell me who the mother is already. God damn
I
it.
thought they did last year was supposed to be the last
No,
season.
I guess they've been saying that for a while, but this season is the last season because if they don't end it, some of them will leave. So I'm pretty sure they have to end it now. So the first episode, you see a girl at the end, and I think that's the mom, but you don't see her face or anything. But it's probably going to be her. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, but I don't see them introducing her mid-season.
No,
like
I
or
know that's the
beginning
thing.
of the
That's the thing that pissed me off. So I told this to TechCore when we were watching it. What's her name? The Canadian girl on the show. Anyways,
Robin
yes.
Shabowski.
Yes, Robin. So like that's the only person I could think of that could be the mom. That wouldn't be a ripoff. Like-
Shabowski?
Yes.
No, but at the very first 1 or 2 episodes, he already tried to pull that on the kids. Like Bob Saget says, "That's how I met your Aunt Robin." And they're like,
know.
"What, Aunt Robin?"
I know, but like if they introduce a character mid-season and they're like, "This is the mom,"
It
I'm
can't
going to
be
be like,
mid-season. It would have to be the finale. If
Oh, yeah,
anything
sure,
else
sure.
other than that, it would be horrible.
I know it's bad all around because they wasted so much time. They should have just did it. So we'll see how that ends up. But the first episode was pretty good. If you remember how the last season ended, basically one of the girls from his past, she was going to get married, but then he was like, "No, don't get married. I still love you." Blah blah blah.
Well, you've technically met her. They've said that because he dated her roommate or whatever for a little bit there.
Oh, and was that the mom?
Well, the roommate was the mother.
Okay, so
They
and we never saw
showed
her. Okay, I think
but-
it is her. I think it is her. She definitely had blonde hair, right? That's who.
Right, yeah.
So it might be her.
I'm going to have to watch that.
Did she play guitar?
Yes.
Okay, because she had a guitar with her too. So there you go. It's probably her then.
I'm just hoping they actually just like somewhat delay it until the last episode or two because apparently they don't finally meet until some wedding. Is the way he said that they met.
Yeah, okay.
This is Bob Saget saying this, but how they work it out, I don't fucking know.
It's probably going to be Neil Patrick Harris's wedding too.
Yes, that's how they introduced it into the 4th or 5th season.
Okay, that's the thing. I haven't watched the entire series just because I was getting tired of it at one point. I fucking loved it.
But again, like I watched it like season 1 in one weekend, season 2 the next weekend. So I'm not waiting 6 months to see this whole shit.
Yeah, good idea. So, anyways, the first episode was pretty good. It was funny. A lot of weird stuff happened. Like they went back to the wedding, and he was like, "You should give him a letter saying that you're not going to marry him and stuff, because that's the appropriate thing to do." But then when he was going back there, the husband or the future husband also left, saying that he couldn't marry. So both of them didn't want to marry each other. So we found that out. And then at the end, how did it end? Okay, so that's the thing. The future husband told him, like, you'll feel it when you know that you want to be with somebody for the rest of your life. You'll feel it right away. And then he was like, oh, yeah. And then basically he dumped that other girl, too, pretty much right then and there, which seems kind of weird. It's like, yeah, I love you. Oh, by the way, nah, let's not do this. But that was the first episode. The funniest part really was all the whole Barney stuff, and like he was photoshopping Robin out of his pictures because the other girl, his girlfriend didn't know, or his fiance didn't know that they were
dating and everything.
Yeah.
Or actually were supposed to get married, and they all got fat and old or something stupid.
Yeah. So that was the first episode. I don't know if I'm gonna keep watching it, to be honest. I don't really have much to say about Survivor, except I'm just going to bring it up. And that guy who fell in the fire in the second I think it was the second season.
Michael from the set, yeah.
Yeah, so he fell in the fire. He's back.
About fucking time. It only took him like 12 years to do that.
He seems injury prone this season. He's been hurting himself a lot.
He's got to be old now. He was
he is old. He
40
is.
Before, man.
Yeah, he is old.
There's the second season. That was a long time ago.
There's an ex-baseball player in here. I don't remember his name.
Jose Canseco?
No.
Oh.
You're right. Everybody would know. That's the thing about bringing him. Everybody would be like, oh, you're
so
Jose
it would be
Canseco.
Celebrity freaking Survivor, man. That'd be awesome.
So there's actually one girl that used to watch baseball with her boyfriend all the time, and she knows who he is. So I don't know how that's going to shake up later on, but maybe she'll bring it up.
Maybe she just fucks him and leaves it at that.
Sure. He fucked up his knee on the first episode.
Well, he's a baseball player. They don't have knees. Apparently, how they fucking hurt their knee playing baseball, I really don't get that.
Because, dude, they gotta like slide into bases and stuff. Oh,
okay.
it's so brutal.
I can understand a football player or hockey player getting their knee fucked up. Baseball, not so much.
So the same tribe lost the immunity challenge. So so this season they're 3 tribes of 5, and they're already 2 down. So they're only or was it 6? It might be 1, 2, 3. It might be 6 or 5, whatever. They're already down to like 3 or 4. So they suck.
How the hell are they? How large is the tribe when they start? Isn't it like 8?
8 on each side? Is that how it works usually? I think it might be more than that sometimes too, depending on.
I thought there was
season.
16, but I might be mistaken.
Well, they might have added some more. I know that the All-Star seasons was more than that.
Oh,
that's for sure. Yeah, it's Survivor, man. You know what you're expecting when you get into that.
So they just redo all the events later after.
Pretty much. One of the guys.
Body doubles and.
One of the guys did find the first immunity, the hidden immunity idol, and it was pretty well hidden, I thought. The clue was in the bag that holds the rice, and it said it's under your nose, and basically it was on the top of the cover, like you just popped the cover off and it was like the immunity idol. I don't know if everybody's going to figure that out. I thought that it was in the water well, because it said right under your nose, and everybody was always there, so I thought that's where they hid it, but nope. It's right there. It's like literally you were looking at it. You were looking at it the entire time. It's right there. You just needed to pop it off the top. So I thought that was a good hidden immunity idol. They usually
use
they just
your noggin.
Well, usually they just hide it in like a tree or something, and that's pretty lame. So at least they smartened up about that.
They got clever and tried to actually hide it.
Yeah, because nobody would actually find that without the clue. There's no way anybody's popping shit off of that wouldn't happen.
Well, unless they get so crazy and stupid that they just like throw it at someone and hits them in the face and pops out.
Yeah.
Then they all race for it and beat the fuck out of each other getting it.
Unless they just walk and trip over the fucking rice and then it just breaks and then
breaks out. Yeah. Like, how the fuck were we supposed to find that?
By me breaking my face on this thing? Ugh. All right, random TV show is really quick. Tosh Point started in that last week. Shark Tank and Dragon's Den also started. If you like watching investors invest in stuff, I actually like watching those shows because some of those products I would actually buy, and some of those products I have actually. So on Dragon's Den, I think it was like 3 seasons ago, some guy had a scraper for like stove tops and for everything basically. It's just a scraper like. And it doesn't scratch your shit, so you can do whatever you want with it, and it won't scratch whatever you're scraping. So I actually have that here, and it works nice. So I actually like watching it for that. And Shark Tank is on right now on ABC Fridays. There's nothing else on Fridays, so you might as well watch it if you're not doing anything.
There's porn on the internet. That's all you need to know.
I actually watched a new TMNT today. I didn't finish it. I'm 45 minutes into it. So there's a new TMNT cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yes, it's 3D animated, and it looks interesting.
Like 3D animated, as in TMNT the
movie.
CG?
Yeah, kind of. It kind of looks like that.
Now, is this a revamp or is this continuation?
This is totally brand new. The first episode explained how they became mutants. It explained how Shredder was a human, but he also got touched by the mutant Jinn. And there's like a rat there too, so he became a rat. And the thing is,
so he was a human now. Okay.
Yes. That's how it is in the comic books. That's not how it was in the original cartoon. I don't think. I think
the original cartoon, he was human. That was a rat man, essentially. Like he had rats around him, and because he was so touching the rats, it somehow bonded his DNA to rat DNA.
And then the second TMNT, he was Splinter's rat, actually. No, not Splinter, sorry. Fucking Shredder. So that's how he knew Shredder, is that he was his rat, his pet rat.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about on
the 2002 one, the one that was on Fox.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Yeah, that cartoon
in the movie, he was the Master's rat, which then Shredder killed the Master.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay, sorry. My mistake. That was
the movie. back in like fucking 89 or whatever.
Yeah,
the hell
that's
that
what they
was.
used for the 2002 cartoon. Was that story? But yeah, no, the first episode seems pretty cool. They never been to the surface yet, and that's what the first episode is. They see April O'Neil. She seems like she's 15 in this.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they're
They're the same
the
age.
fresh meat.
Yep. So
She's gonna have sex with turtles.
the interesting thing right now, though, is that it doesn't seem like that there's going to be foot ninjas at the beginning. It doesn't look like Splinter's going to be there. They call themselves the Krang, and basically what they are is just they're all Krangs. There's at least 4 of them that we know of right now.
Sorry, crane.
Like
There's
yes, the
multiple
brain.
cranes?
So the 2002 TMNT, Shredder was a Krang.
Yes.
They're the Utron, is what they are.
Right.
Yeah. So that's just what they call their group. So
Which I think that's complete bullshit.
I know
but
they just wanted to like catch nostalgia with that. But,
Yeah.
it seems okay so far. The voice acting is actually pretty well done. Jason Biggs is one of the voices, and I can't even tell which one he is. So that's good. Jason Biggs is the guy.
Biggs
from
would
the
have
Mar-
to be
yes.
like,
I think he's Don.
really?
Yeah.
He sounds too stupid to be Donatello, though.
I really don't think that he's Michelangelo. If he, you know what? I'm gonna
You
look this
have
up right now.
Michelangelo.
I'm gonna look this up right now.
You could maybe be Raphael.
I don't think so. No, I think he would be okay to be Don Leo. I think he would be okay because Don is the geek one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he could be all right as Don. Okay, let's see. Nope, I'm not Wikipedia. I want IMDb. Damn it! All right, there you go. Let me tell you who's who here. Jason Biggs is Leonardo. There you go. Didn't even know.
He's the pussy, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he's the leader.
Yeah, I know he's the leader, but he's also the pussy.
And then Sean Astin is Raph, which he's a bad guy.
That
in,
name
like, a lot of
sounds
stuff.
familiar.
He was in the Goonies. I'm trying to remember what he was in recently.
Is that Rudy?
Maybe. Sean Astin. He's Mikey in the Goonies.
I'm pretty sure that's Rudy from
Maybe.
like the movie Rudy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, he is. I
Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right.
Or the guy from Lord of the Rings, the Sam from Lord of the Rings.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Like I know I've seen him in other stuff, but I'm looking at his IMDb, and nothing really looks familiar or shoots out at me.
Lord of the Rings would shoot at you there.
Yeah, Solid is known for, but I never watched Lord of the Rings, so
Okay.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he's a fine Raph. I see it. And then the other guys, I think they're just voice actors.
Mm.
Nolan North is a voice.
Really?
Yeah.
No Uncle Phil or Shredder?
No. I don't. Like I said, I
Oh.
don't even think Shredder's there.
They better bring Uncle. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, I know that. I hope that they would do that with the last one, really. But
Yeah.
so
That'd be so awesome.
it's okay. Hey, if you like TMNT, this is better than that Michael Bay movie that was going to be made. That's for sure.
That was going to be fucking
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh, hey, it's not happening, so it's all good.
Yeah, I know. Like that's like just the feedback they got on Twitter from that made them fire Michael Bay. That's awesome. Twitter fucking rocks just because of that.
I would love to see a new movie though.
Oh no, yeah. And I didn't mind the CG.
No, me
Like
neither.
live action would be pretty cool too, but
Mhm.
the CG they can do now is so fucking awesome.
It really
Like
depends
if
what
they do a
do.
good budget of CG and make it like lifelike CG,
Mm-hmm.
like what was it? Was it Sector 13 or
Oh, District 9.
District 9? Yeah. Like that type of CG, man. Put Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like CG live action thing.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yep, for sure. Like that's the thing. I don't know how they would do Suits in 2012 or 13 or whatever.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
what, yeah.
It would just look weird. Okay, more random TV. Key and Peele is back, which is a stand-up / skit show. Keegan Anthony Key, I think is what his name is, and I don't remember Peele's first name, but they were both in Mad TV if you ever watched that, and they're pretty funny. Key's actually the guy who did like the World's Funniest Animals or whatever that show was called. He was the host of that. It's funny. This first episode, I didn't think it was that great, but there's a lot of great stuff from that first season. If you look it up on YouTube and stuff. Basically, Peel plays a lot of Obama skits. He's Obama in a lot of the skits, and most of those are pretty funny. So you should check that out. It plays after Tosh.0. Oh no, that was last season. It plays after South Park now. And just really quickly, I do watch some Spike TV occasionally, mostly Auction Hunters and Bar Rescue. Bar Rescue is actually pretty good. It's kind of like a Chef Ramsay show, but he rescues bars instead. And he gets pissed sometimes, understandably so. Last episode was crazy. Like there was holes in the floor and it smelled like shit. And the kitchens are just
then
crazy.
that's got to be a damn good bar then.
Yes. Yep. But all the kitchens, I'm amazed that most of those places remain to be open when those kitchens are that bad. Like there's grease all over the place, and it's disgusting. That's why I'm scared to go into random places that I don't know, because you never know. You might be eating like mice shit on your food, which this episode totally happened. There was mice poop in a glass of beer, and the guy drank the beer and he only realized it at the end. It's disgusting. And Auction Hunters, out of all like the let's go buy what's it called, freaking storage units that people abandon, let's go buy those. Out of all of those shows, it's my favorite. And the two characters, or the two guys that do it, they're pretty funny. They got the best personality. So that's about it I have for today, except Grimm. Grimm started 4 weeks ago, and it took a break, and now it's back. It's on Fridays again. So mainly, you really only have 3 shows to watch on Fridays if you want to watch TV, which is Grimm, Shark Tank, and Fringe. That's the 3 shows. And Grimm's okay. I was skeptical watching it at first because it just seemed like it was like, I'm a cop show, but also supernatural shit happens, but it's actually okay. And the guy who plays Monroe, I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and he's funny. So, yeah, Grimm. Watch it. I'm going to open up the Skype lines, or actually, they've been open the entire show.
They've been open
yeah. Just call in if you want to. If you don't want to, that's cool, because we're going to wrap up the show soon anyways. Unless, do you have anything else to bring up?
Not really, no.
Yeah. I guess we could talk about The Ultimate Fighter and stuff. That's also on television, but we have an MMA show on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Maybe we should just wait until Saturday night and talk about it then.
I'm just going to say that I did watch The Ultimate Fighter, The Smashes, and the second episode's pretty good. So
I will be watching that pretty much right after we stop this. So.
All right. So, again, this is our new format.
I got to get a PVR. That's what I got to say.
Yes. So, this is a new format. We're video now. We're going to be posting this up on iTunes. Hopefully, iTunes will put us into new and noteworthy, so we'll get a bunch of hits. That's what happened with Fresh Air.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Well, when I put Fresh Air on iTunes as a video podcast, we got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And now, not so much. So, anyways. So, yeah, this is it. The graphics and stuff aren't finalized yet. I hope that I can get that working. All the overlays, I just basically whipped them up last second, so keep that in mind. We're going to actually
get some
have
half-naked women flashing across the screen as we talk.
Sure. Subliminal message. Like, there'll only be one frame of a hot girl. And then you'll be like, what? What was that? Man, I must be seeing things.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sounds like a plan. You heard it here first. Steiner's Ideas.
So, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here maybe next Monday. Stay tuned to the site, megaswitcher.com. We might be switching nights and times, so look out for that. You can also go there to check out all our VODs and MP3s, other shows. Our forums are also there. The blog has a lot of stuff going up actually this month. Quickies every week. Video reviews get posted pretty often now. There's stuff actually going on the site, so you should go check it out. But we'll be back some other time. Until then, see you guys.
See you guys. It was fun.